Sipos and I get to visiting, and we forget we're supposed to be on the air. Our conversation with the Indiana Borough Manager brought to you by Marcus & Mack, voted best personal injury law firm in the Best of Indiana County contest. Marcus & Mack, a law firm representing injured people. New year, and off you go, huh?
That's right. Happy New Year.
You too. You too.
We, the borough's getting started. We had our reorganization meeting, and lo and behold, Luke DeBiser is our new council president.
How about that?
Yeah. So with the guidance of Peter, obviously he's still remained on council. We went from 12 to 8, so this is a new year. Lots of changes from 12 to 8 councilmen, a new president. Casey Newell is still our vice president.
Whole new way of doing things, though.
Whole new way, I think a new vision, a new, we're going to look at new priorities and look at different ways of doing things.
Yeah.
So hopefully all good things, we don't want to change too much, but we notice that things do need to change, and that's always a good thing sometimes.
Sure. Of course, for Indiana Borough, there are many issues. One of those issues is the actual building in which Indiana Borough meets and does its business.
Yes.
Major things coming there.
Yes, major renovations. And right now, unfortunately, the bids came in, and the bids were a little over than what we budgeted. And instead of going back to the drawing board, we're looking at things to cut out of the items, with the general contractor. We meet this week. We've been meeting with the engineer, and we're going to meet with the solicitor to go over the next set and next goals and how to move forward with this bid. Hopefully we have an answer by February 12th on how we're going to move forward with it.
There are, I'm sure, things about that building that you want to make sure get done, even no matter what the bid comes in at.
Yes.
There are certain things that have to change, and I would assume technology has a lot to do with that.
It does. And speaking of the council room, let's talk, the council room needs updated. The technology, people listen now. Everything's, zoomed in, and people get to have the comfort of listening, watching the meeting at home. And the sound system is just not great. People have struggle hearing what, the members are saying. So we're definitely looking to upgrade the council room. And just with the overall windows and doors, the building is, 60, nothing's been replaced for a year. It's time for an update.
It's basically the original building.
It is, yeah. Still
almost
original
70 years later.
The windows and stuff. So, and it's taken the toll, and it's taken the toll on, maintenance and upkeep. You're putting more money into it to upkeep a building than, and we want to do what's right for the taxpayers. We're putting the money into it, but it's for the long run.
Yeah, has to
be. I do wanted to talk about, if any residents want to attend some meetings, there's a little change in the structure of the setups. We used to have public safety and then community development. Each day was their separate, each meeting was their separate designated date. We kind of took those meetings and combined them. So we're only meeting the first 3 Tuesdays of the month. And that way it's easy. The calendar's online if anybody has any, wants to know, hey, when's public safety meeting? If they have a public safety issue, they'll meet next month, February 13th. Along with public safety is community development. So those kind of two goes hand in hand, the public safety and what's happening in the community. So we stuck those two committees together. So you have your 4 people on your committee and a chair. It's run by a chair. And that way all the information is given at one time, and all the council members are around the table hearing all that information.
Sure.
So, and then we have administration and public works that, public works is our sewage plant, our streets, our parks. So that's kind of a big, those departments are big departments that spend a lot of money. So we figure we'll put them with admin.
Yeah. You Lego them together.
Yes. And then work session, if needed, if we need to vote on anything, that third Tuesday would be like a voting meeting if anything would come up that needs, and not want to wait till a whole month to the council meeting. So again, the schedule's online. If anybody has any questions, it explains what admin is and what their duties that deals with personnels. And, if you have an issue with the parks or the streets, you want to come to public works meeting.
Yeah. It's a streamlined way of doing things.
Yeah, kind of
putting together the different elements that are related to each other.
Right, and then having all council members seated around the table hearing what's happening for each department is going to be a benefit. So, that's the start of the year. That's our new change right off the bat. We just had on Saturday a big prioritizing session with the council members and community development. Our planning commission representatives were there, and our department head staffs. What's the borough's goals this year? Other than the day-to-day operations, we need to keep the streets plowed. We need to keep the sewage plant running. Public safety, the police are always there for us. But what's the borough's goal? To bring more activities to downtown, just a variety of streamlining ideas.
Yeah. If you're not doing those sorts of things, then it really represents neglect, and you don't want to do that. You want to always be moving forward, always making progress.
Yeah.
Along those lines, Indiana Borough has redesigned the ward system. So that now the new wards are up and running, and so you look at, especially early in the process, how's it working? And I'm sure that's a question that you're always asking yourself.
I think for the residents, they need to know there's, you have 4 council members, in Ward 1 and 4 in Ward 2, East and West Ward, But I believe, our town, if you live in East Ward 2, you can call somebody, a council member from East Ward 1. As far as it was more to streamline our, to even out the council, like when we, for voting purposes, because, one area was overpopulated and one area was underpopulated, but so it wasn't really representing the number of fair votes for council. So I don't think the public or the residents are going to really see a change in that. I mean, they can reach out to any of the council members that are there. Your garbage, things like that are staying the same, your pickups and that. But it's more to streamline so everybody has a voice in voting.
Yeah. So when you met over the weekend and you looked forward at the vision for Indiana Borough, were any big topics discussed? Things that you might look forward to or even put on a wish list? Yeah,
well, this is for more in-house. Right now we had some big goals for in-house for new training for a lot of our employees, management, myself included. Attend some, webinars, training. It's always a great idea to get better or learn more ideas, get out there and see what other people are, doing. And then one of the second was really prioritizing our capital projects and budgeting for our capital expenses.
Yeah.
And be a good year.
We were talking, I remember discussing with you last year, late in the year, during one of our visits, we were discussing the Indiana County Jail, and we were amazed at how long the new jail has been. We still refer to it as the new jail.
The new jail,
That thing has been up for a few years now, and it's been a real boon for Indiana County. But some of the things that are there are ready for refurbishment.
And same way with our sewage plant. We had an upgrade with our sewage plant 20 years ago, and now guess what? All things are changing and it needs upgraded again.
Yeah,
so,
seems like yesterday that these things were brand new facilities.
Yep, just like our building. And
wow.
So, and I get, and that's one of our big things. Our planner, we have a young, excited planner on board, and he's really working with, trying to come up with ideas to fill these storefronts and, see the vision of downtown. And, so it's going to be, I'm looking forward for the year.
Indiana Borough is a good-looking town.
It is,
and people are excited about it, and that's really good news. The refurbishments of a number of different storefronts in the downtown, some new businesses coming. It's really a pretty cool place to be these days.
Yeah, where we're going to work with Sam Kinleach, see more activities come downtown, and it's exciting.
Yeah. It is.
Yeah.
She's Nicole Sipos visiting with us here this morning on Indiana in the Morning. Anything coming up folks need to know about right off the bat?
Not off the bat. It's still January. Let's get through January,
there you go. That's a good plan, too. Nicole, thanks for the visit.
Okay, thanks.
We appreciate it. It is the voice of Indiana County. It's WCCS 101.1 FM, AM 1160, WCCSradio.com.